All right, can you guys hear me now? I'm saying hello to all of you. I'm hoping you hear me now. Give it a second. Should be on. Should be on. Should be working. Give it a second. Let me see if this it says my microphone's working. It says my microphone's working. Hey, Steve, you can hear me? Hey, Summer. Hey. Okay, good. I do that. Apparently now the default setting is mute, which I always forget. I always think the default setting is on and you have to mute if you want to mute. So anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. I was shouting out everybody's names. I was playing Romper Room, saying everybody's names. So hello, everybody, and welcome. I hope you had just an absolutely wonderful holiday season. I'm still hearing some people say no sound, but the rest of you guys are saying there is sound. So somebody confirm, say, I hear you, Diane. Help me out. Yes. Somebody say I hear you, because I'm getting yeses and nos and all kinds of stuff. So give me a specific, somebody, Justin or somebody, or a text or whatever, give me that you can 100% hear me. I always feel goofy when I start these things. I'm never sure who. There you go. Thank you, Larissa. Thank you. Good. Okay, everybody can hear me now. So I hope you guys all had a great holiday. I hope you had fun, did all kinds of cool stuff. I know I did. In fact, I see Nick's here. I was down in Louisiana. So first I got to spend the holiday with both of my sisters, which rarely ever happens. All of us except for one were together. My daughter, Sarah, who is in Australia, who we miss very much, but we were all together and it was noisy and crazy and nuts. Second, I had a lot of fun because I surprised my parents. I bought them a cruise that we're going on next month, just as a surprise. So they were kind of freaked out. That was fun. We'll be doing that. And then third of all, I got to go down to Louisiana and visit some friends and hang out. And Nick, who's on here today, took us around all around Bourbon Street and all that other stuff. But we mostly were on Lake Pontchartrain and we just relaxed and had some seafood and worked, and it was a really good time. So now I'm back and I am rip roaring, as is Larry. Hi, Laura. Hello. So we're just kind of like really cranked up. And this January, I was in Slidell. That's exactly where I was. Thank you, Judy, for the text. My secret friends that have my number. I appreciate it. So, you know, this is what I'm doing in January. I'm just going to be straightforward, and I'm going to give a little training tonight. I'm happy, as always. I'll turn on the Q&A, take any questions that you guys have, and I do have something special going on all month. But basically, this is where I am. I get interviewed a lot. You know, I get asked to be on podcasts and different things. And also, I just have people ask me questions. And the big question that everybody always asks is, Diane, if you had to do it all over again, what would you do? You know, what would you do? And that's my theme for January. That's why you guys might have seen me promoting a graphic that said The Beginning. And I'm actually calling something that I'm going to offer to you guys tonight, The Beginning. I'm going back to the beginning. Now, the only thing that's hard is my beginning was, you know, with social media. My beginning in business was 1999. But social media was born in about 2005, at least to the mainstream masses. And so some of the things that we have today weren't available to us then. In fact, pretty much everything that we have today, think about it. Webinars, blogs, video, audio, graphics. I mean, everything that we have today wasn't available. None of it. It's kind of, you know, a mind freak when you think about it. So what I did back then was a little different. It had to be. There was no choice. We didn't have blogs and things and all this stuff that we have available today. But the mindset and the thought process, though, hasn't changed in iota. Excuse me, guys. I'm having like an allergy attack, and I don't know what it is. But anyway, little sip of water help. I just started going back through some of my old archives and looking at some different things and pulling out. In fact, I published on my blog. For those of you guys that have never been there, it's dianehochman.com. I published my very first videos the other day, and I'm pulling out some old stuff. I published my first time I was talking about social media and ranting and raving about how important it would be to all of us. And I'm going to be pulling out some things over the course of the month for everybody about when I was introduced to attraction marketing. Excuse me. Now, I originally learned about attraction marketing about 2000, 2001. I'd have to go look up the exact date. But I bought a course via mail order. And it explained at the time what he called quick link marketing. which is the way he was rigging up different systems. Because again, we didn't have what we had today. This was fax on demand and teleseminars using recorded audios on phone lines and stuff. But it was the same concept. Instead of going and talking to people and trying to prospect people, it was getting people to come to you and then feeding them content and information to have them get really interested. And the whole idea was to let them soak in the content as long as they wanted until they raised their hand and said, I want to talk to you or I want to join you. So it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed a bit. The technology's changed. And what I find is, while the technology is so much better and it's so much cooler, I mean, just the fact that we're here tonight, being able to be able to hang out, and we're across the world. I mean, I saw people in Australia on here. Hopefully the Europeans are all in bed, but some of them are probably staying up late. Give me a shout if you're in Europe. So we're literally global right now. And I saw some folks in Asia and Pac Rim on. So we're literally global right now. This is something that we couldn't have dreamed of not so long ago. But at the same time, what I find is, because of the easy access to technology, there we go, UK's in the house, easy access to technology, I think what happens is a lot of people, they really kind of jump, well, and I always say it this way, they go from freshman to senior and they're skipping the classes. So what starts to happen is folks just really, they get really overwhelmed with the technology, overwhelmed with all the things they think they're supposed to be doing. They get away from, there we go, Junie's in the UK. They get away from income producing activities. Felicidades. Oh, you guys are, it's Brendan and Amparo talking to each other. I thought you were saying Feliz Año Nuevo to me. They're talking to each other. So what happens, people get caught up, and I don't know if any of you guys feel this way, and definitely feel free to say something in the chat. How many of you guys feel like in 2015 you lost a lot of time playing with bells and whistles, playing and messing around with a lot of technology, but not necessarily getting the traction that you might have liked? Maybe you haven't gotten the audience you wanted to build. Maybe you haven't gotten the list that you wanted, and maybe you're not creating the type of income. Do you have orders coming in every single day? And guys, I'm serious. You should have at least 10 leads a day, and you should have at least 1 new customer a day. So if you don't have that going on, that's what I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about the real, true essence of attraction marketing. And I want to talk about how you can start fresh and new in 2016. Now, let me be clear. This is for me too, because everybody's saying guilty, guilty, guilty. Bob's asking if I'm talking to him. Guys, I'm talking to myself too. And I'm pretty gosh darn successful. But what happens is we get caught up in all of this stuff, and we tend to get away from the daily basis of what we need to be doing. Now, once you have a list and once you have a name, I'm going to be frank, it's pretty easy to coast. You know, a lot of people know my name. I have a list of thousands of people. I send out an email. I mean, you're all here. I sent out a couple of emails and put some stuff on Facebook. You're all here. We were able to get, 300 some odd people to register and so on. So and that's because of what I did back at the beginning and over the years. But now it's pretty easy to kind of coast along. But my kids are grown. I think most of you guys know my other daughter just left for New York City. In fact, she was here for the weekend. She just went back. I'm an empty nester now, and it's time for me to shake it up as well. So as much as I'm taking you back to the beginning, I'm going there myself. It's time to put the pedal to the metal. It's time to reach new audiences. It's time to bust out of the small space that I've been working into and go into a larger place. And I thought there's nothing better to do than to take my friends with me and show them exactly what I'm up to, and hopefully help them out along the way. So let's talk about attraction marketing a little bit, because attraction marketing has been around long before the internet, been around, as long as newspapers have been around, and really as long as pretty much anything. I mean, if there was a shop in town, back in, in some small town in the middle of nowhere, if there was a, the guys that used to pull up in the little like horse-drawn buggies, and they were selling kinds of wares, they'd go from town to town. Guys, that was attraction marketing too, because here's how it works. we have two choices. There's one choice, which is knock, 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 knocking on people's doors, right? I don't know if how many of you guys are old enough to remember having people come knocking on your door. I did when I was a kid. People come knocking and they'd be selling the encyclopedia, or there was the milkman and the soda man. I grew up in New York City. You know, there were different salespeople. They'd come knock on your door and try to get your attention and try to get you to look at their wares. And then there was attraction marketing. The attraction marketing was the phone book. Because, guys, keywords existed long before the internet, right? The phone book, you'd look in the phone book. There was stores on Main Street, right? Good location. If a store had a good location and had the right display in the window, people would walk in. There you go, Mark sold Kirby vacuums. And there was, you know, the neighborhood store that was on the corner that people would go in because it stocked all the different things that we needed. So attraction marketing's been around. It's as old as the hills. So we have a choice. Do we want to set up our business in a prime location where there's lots of traffic and people going by? And do we want to display what we're up to so that people walk in the door and come in our store of their own volition? Or do we want to go knock, knock, knock? Now, ain't nothing wrong with knock, knock, knock. And I know a lot of people that have made millions of dollars phone prospecting in all different ways. But when I first learned about attraction marketing, I started to understand that if I set up my shop in the right place and I talked about the things that people were looking for or interested in, they would come. And it would become very simple. And that's what I did over the last so many years. But guys, I want you to write these 3 terms down, okay? There's 3 stages. Now, there's probably more, but I whipped this together tonight, really quick, lickety-split. There's promoter, personality, and professional. Write them down. Promoter, personality, and professional. Okay. When I first started to learn about this, I went out into the marketplace and I was promoting. I was with a network marketing company and I was promoting or inviting, but I use P's because 3 P's tonight makes it easier to remember. Okay. I was out promoting, saying, come to the call, come to the presentation, come to the meeting. I was promoting. I didn't have to do the talking. I didn't have to do the writing. I was not responsible for the presentation. All I did was promote. Exactly, Mark. Thank you. PPP. Jotted them down for us. Thank you so much. I was a promoter. This is stage number 1. Now, if you have not learned to generate at least 10 leads a day as a promoter, promoting something that has been put together by somebody else in January, I'm really encouraging you to back it up, because part of the problem is that everybody's trying to be all the other roles, but they haven't learned the first role. Because you could create the best content in the world and you could have the best conference call in the world, but if you don't know how to promote to get eyeballs or earballs in front of what's going on, then you have a problem. So we want to become a promoter. We want to learn how to get people in front of something, whether it's free content, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a conference call, whatever it is. And there's certain skills involved in becoming a promoter. Now, once we become a promoter, and guys, you are not a promoter, and this is what I always say, if you can't get 10 to 50 people on a webinar or a call tomorrow, like if I said to all of you guys, I'm going to come and I am going to do a call for you and I'm going to pitch for you because I'm pretty experienced. I've been doing this for 16 years. I'm going to pitch for you. I'm going to pitch whatever it is you want me to pitch, right? And I'm going to sell for you because I'm pretty good at it. I'm going to do it for you. You go get the people. You'd be stunned at the number of people cannot put 10 people in front of me. Now, if you have the opportunity, see, this is the way I always looked at it. Somebody would say, I'm going to come in and speak on your behalf. I'm going to do that for you. Or the big guy was coming in from out of town, or the big guy was going to do a conference call for me. I was going to get people in front of him because guess what was going to happen when I put people in front of him? I was going to make money. I was going to be the promoter that put people in front of one of the other P's. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. And I would make money because I was in the middle. So I want you to ask yourself the question right now. If I said to you, today's Sunday, if I said to you on Wednesday night, I'm going to do a presentation for you. You give me your stuff. Let me look at it. I'll be able to present it. No problem. I can present anything. Give me the stuff. You go get the people. I'll show up. I want you, I'm seeing a couple people with no audio. Somebody tell me that you can hear me if you could. I just want to know if it's isolated or if it's across the board. So if I said Wednesday night I'm coming and I'm going to pitch for you, I'm going to pitch my socks off for you, could you put people in front of me? That's the question. Or could you put people in front of your upline? Or could you put people in front of whatever it is that you're promoting? If you cannot, and if you know in your heart that you could not put enough people in front of that presentation, then you need to go back and you need to practice being a promoter. You need to stop worrying about creating, and you need to go back and figure out how to attract, how to get people to come. So is everybody clear on that one, what a promoter is? We're not going to get into all the details on how to do it tonight. I just want you to have an umbrella concept. Everybody clear on promoter? And how many of you guys would say, I need to do some work on being a promoter? What do you guys think? I know right now, tomorrow, I don't know, I'm trying to pick someone. Like if Tony Robbins called me up and said, Diane, I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a conference call for you. I'm going to do it next Monday. How many people do you think I could get in front of Tony Robbins if I wanted to? Or whoever, Eric Worre, or pick some major person, whoever. How many people do you think I could get in front of those guys? The answer is, for those of you that work with me and know, the answer is a lot, okay? I could get probably, if I really, if it was my shot and I had an opportunity, I probably could get thousands of people in front of them through hard work, possibly through some ads, but I'm talking without ads, without even ads. You should learn how to run an ad. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but think about it. So now I want you to conscious, right, Mark? Exactly, thousands, right? Because if I had that kind of opportunity, because I know what would happen, even if it wasn't a sales pitch, if I had the ability to say I was presenting somebody like Tony Robbins, right? It would mean a lot. It would give me a lot of credibility. It would be very valuable to me. So I would go to work. But most people, if I were to say to them, and this happens all the time, somebody signs up and they're gung-ho and I say, great, put some people in front of me, let me chat with them. They really can't get 2 or 3 people in front of me, which means, and this has nothing to do with me because it could be your upline, it could be whatever, your presentation. A lot of you guys are involved with companies that have weekly presentations. If you're struggling to get people in front of something, you have a challenge. And that means you haven't learned to become a promoter. Promoter is the first step. And I want you to think about it. How many of you have spent a lot of time on a lot of stuff? Maybe you have learned how to make a really good looking blog. Maybe you have learned all kinds of automation stuff. Maybe you have learned how to make cool looking memes. Maybe you have learned to do fancy graphic videos or something like that. Mark, you let me know. If you can put 500 people on, let's do a show. We don't have to sell nothing or sell something. I don't care. Let's go. Because it's fun. Like, let's do it. But think about, what have you spent your year on? And I'm not here to beat you up, guys, because I'm guilty. Okay, let me be clear. I'm guilty. I could have done more. I could have earned more. I could have been more. And I earned a lot of money and I did really well. I could have been more. We all could. So this is not, don't beat yourself up. I just want to give you a picture of what's possible. And I want to really make you think about why you need to step back to square one instead of square 10. Okay, so promoter. If you can't get enough people in front of something that you didn't create, how are you going to get them in front of something that you did create? So the next step, let's say that you work on it. And we can actually, Mark, I have a great launch coming up. We'll talk about it later. I'll tell you what's going on. That'll benefit you tremendously. So let's say you become a good, Bob, no, I want to give you a smooch. I'm not trying to give anybody a black eye. I just really want you guys to get down into common sense. If there's one gift I got from my mom, she's a very common sense kind of lady. She's not a pie in the sky kind of girl. And if there's one gift I got from my dad, is he was a dreamer. So when you put them together, I was a dreamer with a lot of common sense. And that made a magical combination for me, because as much as I, would dream about the possibilities, I was always looking at, did I get leads today? Did I make a sale today? So once you know how to generate at least 10 leads a day, and you know that you could put at least 25 people onto a presentation, okay, now we want to move into the next stage. And the next stage is to learn how to become a personality. Now, this is where a lot of people jump to. They're a poor promoter, but they kind of become well-known inside of a niche. There's a lot of people out there that are kind of personalities. People know who they are, but they're not really making a lot of money, which is a very weird position to be in, because when people start to think you're successful but you're not, it becomes really messed up in your head. It creates a lot of challenges for you. Personality is when you become like a spokesperson for something, but you're not the creator, okay? And you could think about pretty much any network marketing company out there and think about some of the big names that are involved. Their personalities, okay? They're promoting something. And in the past, there would always be the people that were personalities were generally pretty successful. But now with social media, we've created this kind of weird window where you can become a personality without a lot of financial success. So personality means that you learn to start branding yourself. You've learned to start using your image and your voice. You're maybe making videos, you're putting up, memes and different things with your picture on it. Perhaps you're doing some webinars. But in the end, what you're doing is you're promoting something that you didn't create, okay? Which could be your MLM products, could be an affiliate product, anything like that. So personality means your name is now known. Previously, when you're a promoter, your name really isn't in the mix. You're just promoting, and getting people to go there. When you become a personality, you now have your own newsletter. You have a list. There's a name recognition going on. So this is stage 2. See, stage 1 is moving people around. Stage 2 is having them, I'm giving you the finger, I didn't mean to do that. Stage 2 is having them know who you are as you move them around. Does that make sense? And then stage 3 is the big whopper. This is the one that everybody wants to jump to, and that's when you become the professional. The professional is you can move an audience because you have an audience. The professional is your personality. Everybody knows who you are. The professional is the one that's earning the income, earning the revenue. They have the big check. It's all going down. Okay. So promoter to personality to professional. So I could talk about attraction marketing all night, because attraction marketing, a lot of people are under the impression or have been taught that attraction marketing is just about the quantity of people seeing something, perhaps running ads, etc. Getting a lot of people onto a list. You know what? I always say a lead. All a lead is an email address. It's not that doesn't mean the person's listening to you. In the beginning, when we're a promoter, we got sexy headlines, sexy copy that's attracting the people. In the second stage, when we're a personality, we're starting to get people to listen to us and take our recommendation. And in the third stage, when we're the professional, we pretty much can get away with a lot because we've been around the block. Everybody knows who we are. If we point to something or recommend it, people will go. So it's real important to not misunderstand. You can go run $10,000 worth of ads tomorrow. That's not necessarily going to get you where you want. It could run you out of money pretty quickly. Attraction marketing is about location. It's about putting your message in the right location where people are going to see it. And attraction marketing is about telling stories. It's about sharing stories, information, sagas, things that are happening with people, inspiring people and attracting them. And when that combination happens together, what happens is people start to frequent a business. They'll go in over and over and over and over and over. Exactly, Sharon. If you're getting likes but not email addresses, you're at one stage. If you're getting email addresses but they're from complete strangers who are not listening to you, you're at another stage. If you're getting people that have seen you out in the marketplace and go, I really like that guy, and they're opting in, they're actually listening, that's a whole nother level of lead. And by the way, I have a product coming out soon. It's called Twist Your List. And Twist Your List is going to be about customer and lead development. It's about developing people from email addresses to, zealot fans that buy from you every single time. And that's the big magic that I learned from my mentor, who is the creator of attraction marketing long before some of the people that you know of today. He really taught me about how when you attract people, you need to put them into stories. You need to put them into ideas. And that's when you get to the point where you're learning how to be a good copywriter. You're learning how to be good on video. You're learning how to really move people with your essence, So it's more than what most people are telling you. And it's also less than what most people are telling you, because it's not about an ad. It's not about a video. It's not about, SEO. All those things are extremely important, but all of those things without this essence to it are not going to yield you what you're looking for. So if you guys have questions, my mentor has actually left the industry, so he's asked me not to talk about him too much. I am the purveyor of the information that he gave me, and he's asked me to do so. He pops up every once in a while, but I just talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he again said, please don't talk about me, or talk about him, but don't mention him, so you guys don't go looking for him. He's retired, so. Anyway, if you guys have questions, feel free to go ahead in the Q&A, and I'll take a look at that in a minute. But basically, I want to tell you about what I'm doing for the month of January. And all of my team members already know about this. I've been passing the word around, and then I'll do some more training and talk about some other stuff. But basically, I'm taking people back to the beginning. I put together, you know, in the past, I used to do a lot of courses. One of my favorite things to do is work hands-on with people. I absolutely love it. You know, getting in there and really laying my hands on folks and helping them with all this stuff. Unfortunately, my travel schedule has become pretty relentless. For those of you that know me well, you know I've barely been home lately. February, I'm away for 2 of the weeks of the month. March, I'm in Hong Kong, I'm in Portland. April, I'm in San Diego, I'm in Texas. I mean, the whole year is pretty much booked up. So January is the only month of the year where I know I'm going to be home all month. I have no travel plans. If I know me, it's January. I won't even leave the house. I'll have the groceries delivered. And I thought it was a great opportunity to really get together with some folks. So I'm doing something called The Beginning. It's an intensive. And what that means is we're going to be working every day. Okay, every day. Actually, Mark, you know, I've gotten around quite a bit. Last year was only Asia. The year before that, I went to England and stuff. So, you know, somebody invite me. Oh, I'm hoping to get to Australia in April because my daughter's over there. So maybe we'll put together an event there. So what I'm going to be doing is, I just started already. I've created a series of videos that are the simplicity, the most simple common denominator of these 3 stages: promoter, personality, professional. And over the course of 30 days or 27 days or whatever, I'm going to take people through. And the first week, we're going to learn how to get leads without getting emotional about it, without building things, without, you know, having to sit and lament over whether it should be pink or purple or blue or green. All we're going to do is get leads. We're going to learn the process. Guys, I'm going to turn off my camera for one quick second. I have the itchiest nose, and hopefully you guys aren't seeing this. And I'm embarrassed, but I have a terribly itchy nose. Let me just take care of it. Because I know you guys, and somebody always manages to take a picture right at the moment where I'm scratching my nose or something. So, and if you guys haven't met me before, I just say it. So we're going to take the first part of the month. Stop it, Mark. You see me now, but first part of the month, we're going to learn to be a promoter. We are going to learn how to get people to a place, and we're going to learn how to do it super simple, using primarily Facebook, and then we might run a few simple ads. I mean, if you got $5 or $10, okay? Then we're going to move into becoming a personality. We're going to learn how to set up our autoresponder with our personal newsletter. We're going to learn some basic fundamentals of getting a newsletter out, and we're going to learn how to do what I call hybrid funnels, which means that we're going to do the talking in the front, but we're going to let the pre-done sales page or presentation in the back. Okay, so we're going to brand ourselves without creating the content. Okay, what I find is that people, when they try to become creators, we're taught and trained to become creators, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I mean, I create content every day. I write and I speak and everything else. But the whole first part of my career was never creation. It was promotion, and then starting to get my name out there and getting visibility. So we're going to promote, then we're going to learn how to become a personality. And then at the end of the month, they have something really special because, as I mentioned, I do have a product launch coming up, and I'm going to take this group that decides to get involved tonight, and I'm going to give them inside information. I'm going to show them exactly how I promote launches, how they can promote it, how they can make money with it. And what's really cool is the last 2 launches I participated in, I won both of them. I've won these big checks, and I've won computers, and I've won iPads and all kinds of stuff, and it's really kind of fun. I don't participate in all of them. I participate in the ones that I feel are a good fit for me, and I cannot win this one because it's my launch that I'll be doing in conjunction with my partners at My Lead System Pro. So I'm really hoping that I can groom up the winner of this launch. So the end of the month will be about becoming a professional, about making that money, and about, we're not going to go all the way to the tail end of professional. You know, we're not going to have enough time in a month to do it, because that would really get into full tilt content creation, etc. And guys, I'm going to be frank, I've been doing this for 16 years. It took me years to get up to the point where I was doing all the content creation. And here's what I think is kooky out there. Everybody's teaching you that you have to do all of this stuff at once. Guys, you can't make money, especially part-time, when you're trying to do it all. You have to learn to promote, and you have to learn to brand your name and your image so that people start to listen to you and trust you. And you have to build that email list. Once you do that, then you can move into creation, not move into creation. You can create products, you can not create products. Everybody tells you there's more money in it. Guys, there's no money in creating a product if you can't get anybody to it. You know, call me kooky. There's no money in creating, you know what, John? Outsourcing and all that stuff. Again, if you don't understand the fundamental skills, then what happens is you can't outsource it because you don't know what to tell them to do. I just want you guys to be really clear, because again, outsourcing is a skill that is very important. And I think everybody should learn about it. Once you can do it yourself to the fundamental, you get to a couple grand a month, up to $5 grand a month. Okay, now we can talk. Now we can move forward. Now we can go there. But there is absolutely no reason that there is anybody whatsoever in this industry that shouldn't be making at least $5 grand, $60,000, which in the United States is a full-time income for a lot of people, not everybody. But when I was working full-time, that was about my income. You know, that was a long time ago, but still, that was about my income. There's nobody that can't make $5,000 as a promoter personality. Okay, when you get there, now you have some money to play with. Now you can decide, do you want to keep your job or leave your job? Now you can decide, do I want to outsource and have some, you know, whatever. And I'm not talking Fiverr. Go get a logo made at Fiverr or whatever. But I'm talking about having a VA, having all of this stuff all in place. Guys, I spent 16 years in this industry bringing up my children without any of it. Made a lot of money. In fact, those of you that decide to spend the month with me, and I'll show you how you can do it in a minute, you're going to sit here and watch as I go over the $500,000 mark in the one particular affiliate program that we're talking about. So, you know, and that's, you know, that's just part of my income. So it's pretty cool, guys. It's pretty cool. I'm not dodging you, and I'm not telling you that you shouldn't learn about all these things. I'm just telling you that if you learn this stuff first, you'll always be rock solid. And then you move into all the other advanced stuff. It's perfect. It's awesome. But if you don't learn this stuff first, if you're lucky and you happen to hit it with the other stuff, you have a lot of overhead. You have a lot of danger. You ever see that, guys? You ever watch people, they open a restaurant, pie in the sky, they get excited, they want to open a restaurant, they pick a spot, too much overhead, too many expenses, too many taxes, too much, you know, their insurance, everything else, they're gone in a couple of months. They literally set themselves up to fail. What you want to be doing is running a very streamlined stealth business that's bringing in profit. Then as you bring in profit, you decide how much gets reinvested and how much goes into your lifestyle, etc. If you're a player and you want to reinvest it all, I'm all for it. But what you shouldn't be doing, guys, is running in the red. What you should be doing is putting your business on your credit card every month. What you shouldn't be doing is running and creating a lifestyle of debt. In the fantasy, oh God, they're going to hate me, but in the fantasy of having a home business. You can have a home business. I'm a housewife who did it. I know people all over the place that did it. You can. But here's my big message for you tonight, and then I'll tell you for those of you that want to participate. Don't look at what your marketing idol, guru, whoever it is, don't look at what they do today and try to do what they do today. Find out what they did back then. Find out what they did when they started, and find out where they were when they started. I know, you know, when I started on social media, there were a lot of young guys. You know, I was the only woman, and I was the only older woman, and I was the only one that had kids. So they were like living in, you know, I mean, I know one of them literally was going to give up his apartment and live in an air-conditioned storage unit with a mattress on the floor. He was young and single, and he could roll the dice. I was a mom with kids that had a mortgage. So you have to look at, what did they do? What was their life circumstances? What is your life circumstances in comparison? And then the last thing that I really want you to look at is I want you to look at, so now that they're where they are, What kind of lifestyle do they have? Do they have employees? Do they not have employees? Do they have a lot of overhead? Do they not have a lot of overhead? All of these things are awesome. I just want you to get really street smart about what you're building, what you're doing, what you're chasing, so that you get what you want, as opposed to a prison 5 years from now. I've seen it over and over and over again. If you want to build a big company and you want to do millions in revenue, I can tell you who the people to follow are, but not until you learn how to become a promoter and a personality. Okay, I can tell you who the guys and gals that went out and did that are. You want to be somebody like me who, you know, brings up your kids and then gets to travel around with your husband and kind of be retired early in your 50s and stuff like that? Talk to me. You want to be something in the middle? I can tell you who. I'm not telling you you need to be with me by any means. I'm just telling you what I'm doing this month and telling you what value it would bring to you. And when I tell you what it costs, it's going to make you sick in a minute because it's stupid. Guys, I have done trainings like this, and I have charged over $1,000 for them many times. I have clients that come and pay me thousands of dollars to get access to this, and I am giving this away. And put it up. I'm giving it away this month to anybody who is in My Lead System Pro, which is an affiliate program that I work with. I'm not going to present My Lead System Pro tonight because I think most of you already know what it is, but there is a video that will show you. Anybody who is frontline to me, who is directly to me in My Lead System Pro on a mastery level membership, so many of you that are on already are, you're invited. It's free. It's complimentary. If you decide that you want to join tonight, you certainly can. It's $147. It gives you all your marketing tools. It will give you your website builder. It will give you your customer relationship manager. It will give you your blog. It will give you all the tools you need. You only need to sign up 2 people to turn a profit. If you decide that you want to promote it, you don't have to. And even if you never log in, although you have to really to work with me this month, but if you decided to stay for a month and you want to leave, doesn't bother me. It's $147 to come be a part of the beginning, the January intensive. Now, there are many of you that are already in MLSP elsewhere that always talk to me and ask me questions and this and that. I have opened up a limited number of seats for those of you that want to. There is a charge for you because you're not direct to me. It's $147. I only have a few spots for that. It'll lock up when they're full. That's there as well. You must be a mastery member, and I highly encourage you to talk to your referrer. It's an affiliate program. It's not an MLM. You don't need permission or anything, but I always think it's a good idea to talk to the person that you're working with and see what their thoughts are. They may have something in store that they're doing for their team, so please make a good business decision and be very smart. The reason why I'm doing this is simple. It's January. I have a month. I like to work with people. I'm very close to hitting the next level at My Lead System Pro. 3, I think it's got the best tools for you guys and the best training. 4, it's fun. So that's what's going on this month. Very plain and simple. I'm going to be going through attraction marketing from the beginning. We're going to learn to be promoters first. We're not going to build blogs. We're not going to create content. We're not going to do any of this stuff at first until we're generating 10 leads a day with simple activities. We don't really, well, I'm going to keep moving, but I don't encourage you to move on. Then we're going to move into how to become a personality, how to get your name out there, how to get people to know who you are, how to get recognition, so that you start to build influence. Influence, guys. Start to build that list, not just a list of strangers who saw a sexy ad, but a list of people that go, I like Johnny, I like Sally, I want to listen to them. And then last, we will move closer to the stage of being professional. We can't take you all the way there. I can't promise that. That's going to take a while. But in the end, what's going to happen is we're going to go through, you will have insider access to information on that launch. And that launch potentially for some of you will be very lucrative. So you certainly earn your $150 back. Either during the month by referring a few people, I will help you with that, or by referring some people to the launch, which I know will be a very popular thing. So that's what is going on. I'm just going to take a quick look at the chat. I just put up the offer for some of you guys that were asking. If you're already a mastery member at MLSP, if you click in the link, I know you're under me, Sue. If you're under me, I know who you are. You're already invited. You should have gotten emails. You should already be in the group. If you're not in the group, ask me after. We'll get you in the group. Some of you guys already, saw my emails, etc. When you click on that link, it will have 2 links there. If you are not an MLSP member, and I'm happy to answer questions about My Lead System Pro. But the truth is, the course is $1,000. It's going to cost you $150 to come be a member for the month to utilize everything. And then, like I said, if you want to go off on your way, go off on your way. It's no problem. If you were an MLSP member in the past, if it's over 6 months ago, I would, Steve, I sent it to the email address you signed up for MLSP with, or message me on Facebook. If you were an MLSP member over 6 months ago and you want to come back, you certainly can rejoin. If it's been less than 6 months, you need to go back to the person who originally referred you. That's just the policy. It's the right thing to do. Guys, the tools inside of there, I'm going to tell you right now, they're worth a lot more than what we charge for them. And you make $100 per member when you refer them. So, Anya, good question. The content is recorded, and then I will be doing live sessions with people to help them and answer questions. They will be rotating. I have quite a few people in the UK. So we will probably be rotating anywhere from 3 p.m. Eastern through till 8 p.m. Eastern. I probably won't go to 9 because that's prime time. They'll be rotating around. I'm going to be working with people every single day. Everything will be recorded. Everything will be stored in our group. But again, I'm going to rotate the times around. If some of you guys are in Australia or something, let's look at the times. I'll make sure that we have some sessions where I can talk with you. The live sessions are so that I can help you with your stuff. They're not for the actual training, because for the first time, Hochman's being a good kid and she's actually recording the training. And they're 15-minute snippets. They're short, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. They're very short. And then it's going to be the live sessions, or when I'm going to be working with the people that are able to come on. So we will rotate the times around to make sure I get to talk with everybody. We will not, let me be really clear, we're going to the beginning, which means we're not doing blogs. We're not doing fancy stuff. We will talk about funnels in its most rudimentary form. Okay, I know that right now some of you guys are thinking I'm more advanced than this. If you're not making $5,000 a month, you're not. Okay, and I'd say more than that, but I'm trying to be modest here. If you are not making a sufficient amount of money and you cannot move enough people onto a presentation, you are not prepared. You're not more advanced. You may know more technology, but you're not more advanced. And I really want to be clear. Yes, of course, April. There will be a Facebook group. It's already set up. Everybody's in there. We actually start in it tomorrow. There's already 2 mini trainings in there. I just recorded the 3rd one that's going in there. So, and what I do is I do webinars, but I also do phone calls. So I let people know, hey, I'm going to be on the phone today at whatever time. I have worldwide dial-in numbers. So you can dial in from anywhere. Like I said, I know a lot of people are overseas. Great. Okay, let me check the Q&A. And guys, I want to be 100% clear. Many leaders in My Lead System Pro offer different coaching and classes. Mark does, Ray does, everybody does, okay? This particular month, I'm only opening this up. Normally, I wouldn't even talk about who you're in MLSP with or something, but I'm opening it up to people that are in MLSP specifically because I'm going to be working with the tools. I can't really work with somebody that doesn't have access to these tools. I don't want to close out people that want to learn these basic fundamentals. So I'm opening up. I don't want to cause any problems. I'm hoping that nobody runs back and goes, blah, 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 blah. Everybody has coaching. This is a coaching that I'm doing for the month, and I'm making it extremely, ridiculously stupid cheap. Why? I don't know. I'm an idiot. Let's see. Wes, the DMO that Wes is asking, should we focus on our DMO in the first P? You know, and Wes, basically what you're doing is you're complicating stuff again. Guys, if you guys are a little bit more advanced and you have a blog and stuff like that, and you're blogging on a daily basis, keep doing that. You know, keep doing that, and then I'll just talk to you about being a promoter, and so then just promote your posts instead, okay? If you don't have a blog and all that other stuff, great. You don't need one yet. Now, does MLSP have a blog interface that you can build one? Absolutely. What I want you guys to do is learn the fundamental skills so you make money, okay? And so to me, everything is about leads and money, leads and money. And that sounds so bad because it's not, everything isn't about money, but my business won't be alive if I'm not profitable this week. If I don't get leads and I don't put them in front of offers, I won't make money. You guys, you got to remember, I was broke when I started. If I didn't make money, I had to go find a job and leave my kids. If I loved my kids, my heart was going to break in half. I had to make money. This wasn't a hobby. This was what I did for a living. It's just like going to work. I have to go to work, right? If you have a job, you have to get up and you have to go to work. I had to go to work. And I had to learn how to get people in front of offers that would convert while I was learning to talk. Most people have a hard time talking on video. Most people have a hard time talking on audio. Most people are awkward on the phone. I was, still am for some of it, okay? I had to get people in front of offers that would convert, that would pay me commissions. So when we focus, first of all, we're going to create what you're doing on a daily basis. And we're going to break it down this simple. What I want y'all to do if you're participating, I want you to suspend everything and take 30 days and go back to the beginning. Okay? Yes, everything's recorded and stored. Frank, everything is MLSP focused, correct? Yeah, although I will be showing you how to parlay the leads into your primary business, because that's the whole point. Attraction marketing, guys, is about leading with what people want and then showing them what they need. You know, when you go into the supermarket, you see the flyer and the ad and it says chicken breast is on sale or whatever's on sale. You come in for that and then you need toilet paper. Okay, they're not advertising something that you're always going to buy that isn't that sexy. They're advertising the thing that gets you in the door, and then they're selling you all the other stuff. I'm going to advertise some great content or a great giveaway or great free training to get marketers in the door, and then in the back I'm going to show them product, services, or my MLM. Really important to understand. Teresa, mastery is $147 a month. If for some reason somebody wants to leave and not continue, then the whole course would cost them $147. You know, but it's $147 a month. Mary Ellen, this is only available to my MLSP members. If you wanted to let your friends, you know, some of your people know because you'd like them to participate, I can give you that direct PayPal link. If you have people that you'd like to recommend to come to this course, I'm happy to do that. No, Roselle, this is today. Sorry, guys, it's just the way the timings worked out. I mean, I suppose somebody could join in a couple of days, but they're going to be behind. So, you know, ask me if it's available. Generally speaking, if you're an MLSP member already with someone else, you really want to do this tonight, because I'm going to close this out. It's actually set to lock up at so many people. I don't know where we are. So there's not going to be room. I can't, you know, I can't put all my time in. I'm doing that as a courtesy. I can't spend the whole month, you know, working with other people's members, you know, and have 100 of them in there or something like that. So I would do it tonight. John, I'll be on most days. You know, I don't want to promise you 7 days a week, but most days I'll be on. Even if for a half an hour, you'll find me around. And then remember, the Facebook group is 24 hours a day. I mean, I sleep some of it, but there's other members around the world, so you can always get some help, if not from me, from some of the other people in the group. Okay, guys, here's how attraction marketing works. And Evelyn, I'm addressing your question. Attraction marketing is not like I promote MLSP and I promote my MLM. It's not two things. Like people are always saying, I have to focus on MLSP in the morning and I focus on my MLM in the afternoon or something. Attraction marketing means you bring people in the door, showing them some of the things that they want, and then they walk around your store and they see all the things that are available. So when you have a lead, you're going to learn to communicate with the lead to find out what it is they're looking for. If they're looking for a residual income stream, then we are 100% going to show them our MLM. Okay. If they're not looking for a residual income stream or they already have one, we'd show them some products and services that My Lead System Pro offers to create cash flow. That way you're getting paid by pretty much all the leads, as opposed to just the ones that are right for your MLM. And you're also building relationships with people so that later on down the line, if things don't work out with their MLM, they'll keep you in mind. So we're not promoting two different things. We're not creating two different blogs. We're not creating two different fan pages. We're not creating two entities. Attraction marketing is just like every store on the face of the earth uses. We get people in by showing them what's on sale. Target shows you, in the States, guys, Target is a big store, Walmart, whatever. They have a flyer. They show you what's on sale. But when you come in the store, they have thousands of things for you to look at and buy. Same thing here. We're going to show them something that's of interest to them. We're going to get them into our list and have a relationship with them, and also converse with people. And during that time, we're finding out if they're looking for a residual program. If they are, we're going to show them ours. So it's, you know, when people say, is it MLSP focused? It's attraction marketing focused using the tools from MLSP. Sherry, everything will be in our Facebook group. So the whole schedule and everything will be in there. Okay, as of tonight, I will have this week's schedule up. So, and again, the training is recorded. So the core training starting to be put in there already. There's a couple in there. There's more coming. And then the live sessions will rotate around, be at different times of the day. So let me come back to the chat and see if there's anyone else that has a question. Let's see. Janice, the replays will be posted when I get them up. See, here's the thing. The core training is recorded and posted first. The replays of me talking to people, doesn't matter when you get them. You know, it may be a couple days, it may be right away. It just depends. Guys, there is no getting behind if you watch the core training. Dale, I'd love to have a graduation party at Happy Land. If anybody wants to come out, I'd love to have them. You're just next door. Let's talk about that for a minute. I'm going to go off on a tangent since I have you all here. This whole I'm getting behind, or what about the recording stuff? It's not a good mindset. Janice, I'm not talking to you. It's all day, every day. In fact, all the big marketers always laugh. They always go, is it going to be recorded? Because everybody's so worried about missing something. You can't miss something. Here's the core of this course. This is how it works. You have recorded training. They're like 15 minutes a day, 15, 20 minutes. Yes, Sherry's local too. We got a whole bunch of Connecticut people. They're short trainings. And then you have work to do. And then the live sessions are there for me to answer questions about the nuance of the work. For example, somebody wrote you this. They saw your post and they asked you a question. You're not quite sure what to answer. That's what the live sessions are for. The live sessions are for me to tweak you. So it wouldn't really matter if you didn't get them immediately. Does that make sense? I want all of you guys to just get out of this whole watching 27,000 webinars, you know, and feeling like I have to be on them all and I have to catch it all. You're not missing anything. What you need is mentorship, which means you take an action and then you show the mentor what you did and you let them mold you and tweak you and give you little nuances that will make you better and more skilled. That's what you need. What we don't need is to watch more training. I'm going to dare say that most of you, the training that I'm about to give you, you've already heard. You just didn't do it because you were busy watching the next training and the next training and the next training and the next training. And that's why you're in senior classes when you're a freshman. That's why you're trying to build the professional stuff when you've never learned to be a promoter. That's why you feel overwhelmed. That's why it's getting confusing. That's because we're not at the place where we're generating a lead and we're generating a sale. Generating a lead and generating a sale. Generating a lead and generating a sale. That's all we need to know. I can't tell you that information, Tatiana. If you're in it already, you'll get information. If you're not in it, it's a secret. So that's what I want you guys to focus on. And that whole knee-jerk reaction of I'm going to miss it, I don't want to get behind, that's that cycle. That's that cycle. The training is very simple. It's the activity and the guidance. That's everything. And that's what most people are missing. Guys, I grew up in network marketing. Many of you guys did, but a lot of you guys grew up at a later age of network marketing. The way you learned network marketing was there was meetings Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. okay? And you went down to the meeting and your upline was there. And then you would go up and you would bring a guest and your upline would show you how to talk to your guests because they were there. That's lost today on the internet. The way you would learn to give your testimonial is your upline would prompt you and tell you how to package your story. You'd go up on the stage and you'd share the story. You'd come down and then they'd tweak you and they'd have you do it better until you got really good. The way you learn how to handle and do a training was you'd watch the training over and over and over, and then you'd be scared and you'd be freaking out and they'd put you up and you'd do a part of the training. It was 10 minutes on the stage and you'd be hyperventilating. And then you did it a bunch of times and you got good. And there was always people there to tweak you, to celebrate you, and to, you know, encourage you and correct you. Today on the internet, most of us are lost in the wilderness and we're trying to get that grooming from a video in the dark or a webinar in the dark. Doesn't work that way, guys. It just doesn't work that way. Without hands-on help, without correction, without somebody loading your lips. That's what my mentor used to say to me. You bring them, I'll bag them. That was his line. You bring them, I'll bag them, and let me load your lips. So we'd go do a conference call, and he'd go, let me load your lips. And he'd give me things to say. Things to say. He'd load my lips. That's what I do for my team members. They have in the group, they come and they say, this guy just sent me this. They copy and paste it and show me what's going on. And I go, great, say it this way, or great, handle it this way. And they don't utilize it. Not enough. For the life of me, I don't understand why people aren't coming to me all day, every day going, how would you handle this? What's the best approach with this guy? Because of using my experience. And the reason why they're not is because they're not taking action. When you take action and get groomed, your life will change quickly. Your business will change quickly. You'll be stunned at how good you get quickly. I could sit and name people who have taken advantage. They're becoming just rock stars. And then I can sit and tell you about the people that don't utilize it. Don't utilize it. And that's the magic. That's the secret. Or you can sit in the dark and watch another webinar. That's not what this month is about. Hey, Claude, welcome back, by the way. I saw you come through. That's what this month is about. That's what we're doing. That's the way I handle my guys. And the reality is that out of hundreds of guys, there's 5 or 6 that really take advantage. It's always going to be that way. Doesn't make anybody wrong. It just means it's not their time or they're not ready. But if you are ready, this is going to be the only time I do this year. I might do another class or something. Even the launch with MLSP, a lot of it's going to be recorded, and then I'll do some Q&As. This may be the only time that you get access to something like this year. And I am not trying to give you fear of loss. It might have locked up on Paro if people were having trouble with it. Deborah, tell me what you're asking again, because I'm not sure what that means. And let me go in the Q&A and see if anybody wrote me there. Yeah, PayPal may be locking up because we are nearing the limit that I set. If you guys are having problems, message me on Facebook. Joe, I sent you an email today about the Facebook group, Joe Schramm. If you didn't get it, message me on Facebook. Yeah, John, you're new to MLSP. You should go through the Start Here stuff. Yeah, PayPal might have locked up. Let me see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Give me a second, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, because if PayPal's saying that, then we may be done with that. I tried to warn you. Let's see. Let's see what it says. I don't know. It doesn't say I'm at the limit, but quite a few of you came through. Let's do this. If we don't know each other well, if there's anybody here that doesn't know me, my Facebook is just facebook.com/Diane Hochman. Right? Let me put it in here. If you didn't get in, because I'm going to get off in a second, because we've been on for an hour. If you didn't get in, message me, and I will see what I can do. I got to count the numbers. Melissa, I don't have access to your MLSP email, so that wouldn't matter to me. So this is good. Okay, so some other people said they switched browsers and they're not having a problem. You know, Elaine, here's the deal, and I'm thinking you're in based on what she wrote. Ask anybody that's trained with me or work with me. I don't do shiny objects, so I can't be one. If I wanted to be a shiny object, I would charge a lot of money and I would do a very slick presentation. Basically, what I told you tonight is I'm going to make you do work and I'm going to take you back to the basics, and I'm not going to let you play with shiny objects this month. Actually, I'm not going to make you do anything. That's what I'm doing, and whoever wants to come with me can. And $150 for what is really at least $1,000 course minimum. It's hard to go wrong with it. But if shiny objects are really about whether or not you guys are going to do something or not, you know, it's not about the thing. It's about our mentality when we approach it. You gotta make a decision to learn some skills. Talking to everybody, you gotta make a decision to learn some skills. And the first skill is promoter. One of the reasons why I love the promoter role and still use it tremendously is because we don't have to worry about what people think of us in the promoter role. We're not the speaker. We're not the presenter. We didn't build the page. We're just promoting. And again, some of you guys are more advanced. If you're more advanced, great. You can promote your own stuff. But I still hold the same thing. If you're not getting 10 leads a day and making a sale a day, you don't really have a business. You know, people can tell you that and be nice to keep you on auto ship. People can, blow smoke up your skirt or whatever you want. But if you're not generating 10 leads a day and you're not making a sale a day, you don't have a business. Now, I don't care what the sale is. It could be a little $7 doohickey. Doesn't matter. If you're not generating 10 leads a day and you don't have a sale a day, it's a fantasy. And you have to really get serious in this new year and decide, what do you want? And are you on the road to get it? And are you getting carried away? Because it's so nice to look at all these fancy things. And Angela, it's in the offer. I put up the offer for you guys. If you change from the chat over to the offer, you'll be able to see it. If you click sign up, it'll take you to the link. You have to really get realistic, about all of you that just joined. You're going to get an email after this. Don't worry. You don't have to worry. Give me a minute to close out. You just have to get real. It's so much fun to play with toys, to play house, to buy new things that make us feel better. We do it in our lives outside of our business. I feel bad. I think I'll buy a new pair of shoes. I think I'll buy a piece of jewelry. I think I'll buy a new handbag. Makes us feel better. And in business, it's always easy to buy a new course or a new thing because it gives us hope. It gives us hope that maybe the answer is outside of me, but it's not. So signing up for anything without the intention to utilize it and to follow through, I'm going to give you as much support as humanly possible. But, the rest of it is just a fantasy. And that's it, John. He just said, I don't want to play. I want to make money. Guys, when I started, I had to make money. It was my greatest gift. I had no choice. I literally was deep in debt. I had left my job to be home with my kids. I was still spending like I had my old job. I ran our credit cards up to the max. The bill collectors were calling us, and I was at the place where I either had to make money or I had to go back to work. There was no other choice. So if you still have choice, consider yourself lucky, but draw the line for yourself. The bill collectors drew the line for me, and I had to make a choice. So that's it. So that's what's going on, guys. I'm going to jump off. If you still have questions or anything that you need, find me over on Facebook, or my email is diane@dianehochman.com. It's HOCHMAN. Okay. Find me. I'll answer your questions. If you did sign up, you'll be getting information. Don't worry, relax. It's 9 o'clock. I'll get it out to you. I'm sure when I go look, I have a lot of correspondence. So I want you to be patient and relax. I'll get you guys into the group. Those of you that are already, I'm so itchy, I don't know why. Those of you guys that are already in the Facebook group, you can go ahead and there's two like little trainings. If you are brand new to MLSP, okay, I show you the shortcut on how to set up. I still want you to do the Start Here training. I still want you to go to the Quick Start, training on Monday nights. There's one tomorrow night. But I showed you the shortcut so you can be set up in 10 minutes. Okay? Set up in 10 minutes. And yes, I'm going to be in the group to answer your questions. Don't overcomplicate it. It's just not that complicated, okay? I saw a great video today about overthinking. I'll have to find it to share with you guys. Just relax. All we're going to do for the first week or so is promote and get people into tools. We're just going to get leads. That's it. Don't worry about it, how we're going to get them in your MLM, and don't worry about everything else. I'll take you down the road. Just follow my lead, okay? Nicole, the link is here. And hang on a minute. There's a way for me to push you all there at the end, but I forget what it is. Chat, poll, questions, attendees. Yeah. Oh, no. Now I just got rid of it. Hang on a second. I'll put it back up. I'll put it in the chat, too. I screwed it up. There's a direct link to it. And then let's see. I should be able to pull this down. Do this and do this, and it should come up again. So again, if you guys have problems or questions or can't find something, let me know. And the rest of you guys, some of you guys, I will see you tomorrow. For the rest of you guys, I want to wish you a very happy new year. I look forward to working with you at some point, somewhere along the line. Again, coming up soon, we're going to have a great course on list development, customer development, relationship, etc. People always ask me, how do I get people to buy? How do I do what I do? That's what the course is going to be. And then I also have a book coming out that I'm very excited about. It's still wrapping it up, but I went away to work on it. And the book will explain a lot of my concepts, real simple concepts about home business and about, how you can build a very lucrative home business, very simply. So that's it, guys. And again, no pie in the sky promises. I'm just going to tell people how I did it. Take it, leave it, use it, don't use it, but that's what I'm doing. So everybody, thank you so much for being here. Have a great night, and I look forward to working with you guys that are on board. We'll see you all later. Take care.